Welcome, everyone, to the Woodbridge Channel's coverage of the 42nd Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. I'm Craig Coughlin. I'll be bringing you the parade with my colleague and friend, Jim Durick. And Jim, it's a grand and glorious day for the Irish.
Oh, man, have we lucked out with this particular day, Craig. Everybody knows February in Jersey this year has been a nightmare. The third coldest on record. So to have a day like today, there's a little breeze. The sun is out. It hit 50 degrees earlier. We couldn't have had a better day. Good turnout, a lot of units, and generally a lot of fun.
You're right, Jim, and the crowd is very thick. I think there's a lot of pent-up demand to get outside, and we'll see them throughout the parade. Now, you've been the Grand Marshal, you've been the parade chair. Talk about the kind of work that goes into this.
A parade chair, it's really a lot of work, Craig. I was a parade chair back in 2002. Committee actually starts in sometime in September. We do need a lot of people to help out. You can see there's a lot of facets to this particular parade. They raise a lot of money. I think when I was doing it, you had to raise about 10 grand. It's probably in the area of 20. Plus a lot of support. You know, we get the support of the mayor, his administration, the police department, Public Works, Channel 35. We thank you. And without them, it couldn't really be a success. But the parade is put on by the American Irish Association of Woodbridge.
Right, that's important. They are the folks who do all the work. They gather up the organizations to march in the parade. They raise the money to do it, and the American Irish, just year in and year out, does a phenomenal job this year, led by Ed McSherry, just a terrific guy.
Ed McSherry and his vice chairman, Dan Harris, who will be chairman next year.
That's exactly right. That's the way it goes, and that's the way it needs to go. You really do need to work year to year to make sure it gets there, then pass some knowledge down from them.
And just in closing, Ed, Dan, your whole committee, you did a terrific job. Kudos to you.
We'll be joined by Brian Molnar on the street with special guests throughout the parade, but we're ready to get started. We hope you are too. We'll be back with the start of the parade in just a few minutes.
Enjoy. Hi, everybody. This is Jim Durick, and I'd like to welcome you to the 42nd Annual Woodbridge St. Patrick's Day Parade. It's put on the streets each and every year by the American Irish Association of Woodbridge, with plenty of support from our township here, Mayor McCormick, his administration, Public Works, the police department, and our friends right here at Channel 35. As it does every year, the parade is the leadoff escort is our Woodbridge Police Department riding in their marked units. And just what a comment on today's weather about the luck of the Irish after this February of 0, 2, 3, 4, 5-degree temperatures, ice all over the place. Today, when I was driving here, my car was reading 50 degrees. So that's the luck of the Irish. The police department is followed by the John Basilone Detachment, number 190 Marine Corps League. They are followed by Central Jersey Leathernecks, which is a Marine Corps League, under the leadership of Kelly Terrell and Commandant Larry Markowitz. Each and every year, they're toward the front of our parade here. And we welcome you guys again. And that is, they're with the Marine Corps, as you can see on their banner. I'd say we have the streets are really lined here, in large part because of the weather, thank God. Is still part of the John Basilone Detachment. It's followed by one of our decorated vehicles in this parade. And we have a little pause here as the Marines stop and bow the American flag at the grandstand, which is actually to my right. And the wind has picked up a little bit, but thank God we're in a nice, cozy place here. The new El Ranchito Mexican restaurant, which is at 51B Main Street in Woodbridge, New Jersey. We have Woodbridge Barons that are carrying a huge American flag, as you can see. Glad the wind isn't any more than it is right now. Otherwise, they'd really be having a tough time. And here comes the John F. Kennedy High School marching band. They are with us each and every year. They're the Marching Mustangs. That's our high school over in the Island section of town, one of 3 high schools here. And they are celebrating their 50th anniversary. The green of their uniforms is always perfectly suited to our St. Patrick's Day parade here in Woodbridge. Drum majors Madar Patel and Nish Bashiri. Section leaders Ryan Singh. They have won numerous Best Music and Best Provision Awards in competition this past season. Here's Grand Marshal Bob Patton. Bob Patton is very honored to be parade chairman, especially with the theme this year of influence of education in our community. He's been an educator in Woodbridge for 43 years. Educator and principal. I know he's at the Bob Masenic School, I believe, and he is so well regarded. He said his grandpa Nate started teaching him about his Irish roots at the age of 7. As principal and educator here in Woodbridge, Bob has... Okay. That's followed by Pace, Bus, and Kia Soul. And that's what we have in the screen now. And all little kids waving away there in a trolley. There's the Matthew Jago School Jaguars. I misspoke earlier. Actually, Bob Patton was the principal of Matthew Jago School. Excellent school here in town. And there's the school Jaguars. Nice turnout for not only the school, I'm sure for Principal Bob Patton. Wow. That is quite a turnout. This is the, I believe it would be the Pace bus. Okay, a little bit more about our Grand Marshal. He was age 7. His grandpa took him to his first St. Pat Day parade in New York City. And as he would say, so began his education in Irish heritage and history. And I know Bob's reputation throughout the township is simply remarkable, both as an educator, as a principal. He is well regarded. He is well respected. And I always see a number of people. Here comes our Irish Man of the Year. His name is Don Brown. Don has been a member of the club for many, many years. And Irish Lady of the Year, Dee Hahn. Dee and her husband, Donald, have been married for 56 years. 3 kids, Linda, Jody Ann, and Donald Jr. Since she's joined the club, she has been extraordinarily active. Jumping back to Don Brown, both parents of Irish descent. He's 3rd generation. Okay. And she's followed by some of her family. They all look very happy for Dee, very happy that it's not another day of freezing rain. Here we see the parade chairman this year. On the right in your screen is Ed McSherry. To the left is Dan Harris. He's the vice chairman of the parade. And there is a past Grand Marshal. That's Frank Darcy. Frank is still very active in the club. Here comes another past Grand Marshal and a director, Bill Donovan. Very active in the parade. There's Ed, Dan again. I got to tell you, it's a lot of hard work to be parade chairman for this parade here in Woodbridge. The committee starts working around September. I was parade chair back in 2002, and whoa, it's a lot of work. A little bit more on Don Brown. He worked for the New York Telephone Company for many years, met his bride Arlene through Sean Keaveney. Sean Keaveney is a member of the club and is also a past Grand Marshal here. Don is very active in raising funds and 50-50s. You'll see him out there all over the place, raising money with his can. I am now joined by my dear friend who's been working with me these many years, Craig Coughlin.
Hey, Jim, how are you? And how are you, everybody? Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's a lovely parade. I'm sorry, usually I walk from the beginning and then get here for the beginning or right about, but I missed all the honorees, so I apologize to them. There's a longer gap this time, and so I didn't get to say
Here's the first of our many pipe bands, Craig, Middlesex County Police and Fire, pipes and drums.
Yeah, where are we here, Jim?
You should have in your envelope.
Oh, okay. There we go. We are.
And here comes the American Irish Association itself, Craig.
There we go. Very good day for the Irish. Of course, they're the folks who put on the parade
each and every year.
You know, they do all the work. City of Township, of course, is part and parcel of it. Very supportive, do everything they can. But it's the American Irish who raises all the money and organizes everybody, gets all the bands. It's yeoman work, and of course the parade chair this year,
Ed McSherry,
terrific guy.
Dan Harris,
he's
pretty good too.
Co-chair, he's a good guy. He's a very good guy, and he'll be the parade chair next year.
Yep.
So it's there is a lot of work and a real knack to it, but it's a beautiful day and a great parade.
Let's hear it for the Middlesex County Pipes and Drums.
A little bit more on the American Irish Association. As you can see on their banner, they were founded back in 1966. 2 local residents of Irish descent, Mike McGovern and Joe Jackson. They were sitting chatting on July 4th, 1966, and decided to form the American Irish Association. Its goals are to endeavor to unite the Irish and Irish Americans of Woodbridge and surrounding areas in a bond of friendship, promote Irish culture and heritage, hold high the name and goal of the Irish, and respectfully commemorate every St. Patrick's Day.
It's true, and they do a wonderful job at accomplishing their mission.
Here's a couple of our members there. Cindy Janukovic, shame on me. Joan Diaz.
And here comes the American Irish Association in full Irish regalia today. A lot of green around here, Jim.
A lot of green. Oh, and a very good turnout.
terrific
How
turnout.
did that turn out?
Well, it's almost, well, it was in the 40s at least, the weather. A little cloudy, or it would be
50.
really.
It was 50 when I was driving.
Oh, really? Okay. So 50. We've all been waiting for this, right? We've all had all that pent up demand to get outside, and today is a great day for doing that. A great day for the Irish. We had a nice flag raising ceremony today honoring the honorees, Bob Patton and Dee Hahn and Don Brown. And
I understand you actually were emceed.
I did. It was a big day for me. You see the Charlie Shaughnessy.
God bless Charlie Shaughnessy. Charlie was a moving force here in the club for many, many, many years. Charlie has passed on, but obviously his family remembers him. And if any of you knew Charlie, he's a hard man to forget.
He is.
He's a terrific hard worker, terrific Irishman. And there's his family. There's his son Brian, I see.
And he for many years. And now we see the Irish flag, and that looks like it's the
JFK football team
Yes, on the
carrying
JFK
on.
football team.
The tricolors, as we say, Craig.
Indeed. A big tricolors, as it may be. Our man on the street, Brian Molnar, has a guest right now. Brian?
Okay, we are now joined by Mayor John McCormick. Mayor, another fantastic St. Patrick's Parade in Woodbridge.
Everything broke perfectly this year. It was snowing like a madman on Thursday, and today the streets are all clear. It's a great day. It's a tiny bit chilly, but after the 3 months of winter we had, 45 degrees feels like the summer.
Yeah, I know, this is like Florida. Walking the parade route today, a lot of people came up and, we were thanking the Public Works Department for doing a fantastic job clearing the snow away.
Phenomenal job. They knew what the parade route was. Another town nearby has had to cancel their parade yesterday because their streets weren't ready. There was no place to walk or park or stand. So I'm really proud that we're able to get this done today. This is a great thing for Woodbridge. Brings a lot of people into our town, a lot of people shopping here, dining here, hanging out here, and we're so glad it got off.
Well, after a very, very cold, snowy winter, I guess everybody had cabin fever. It's great to come out to an event like this.
I think this is one of the more crowded, if not the most crowded I've seen. And we were talking on the parade route that, everybody just wanted to get the heck out of the house.
Yeah.
And just, it was sunny. It's not right now, but it's just a good day. And people needed to, escape.
Well, whenever there's a St. Patrick's Day parade in Woodbridge, it's a great day. Thank you.
The best day to be the Irish mayor of Woodbridge Township for St. Patty's Day, walking in the parade and just having a lot of fun. So,
well, thank you. Great job again, as
and
always.
thanks to the rec department, thanks to the American Irish Association of Woodbridge, thanks to our Public Works, everybody chipping in together to make sure today works. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Now back to Craig and Jim.
And welcome back, everyone. We get some past Grand Marshals in cars donated by the Sansone folks. There was Justin McCarthy just going by.
Justin McCarthy behind the four-wheeler there. Past president, past grand marshal, past everything. And until recently, he was the announcer from, there he is, from the staging area.
There's Ronnie. Ronnie is at the heart of the domestic violence response team effort here in Woodbridge, and what a great organization that is. They do yeoman's work.
They certainly do.
In the middle of the night, they get called out. And
I'm down at court quite frequently, Craig, and as you say, all times, a day and night. It's a shame. There seems to be more shining a light on the issue of domestic violence.
There is, and
because of unfortunate circumstances. Now, who we have here, this is our Irish, Miss American Irish, Rebecca Gardner. She's a junior at Monmouth University, majoring in English elementary education, hopes to work with autistic kids.
Wow.
She's done much volunteer work. She actually works with Sandy Relief. She volunteers with the boys. Here's Frank Darcy holding up the parade.
there he is doing a little. His grandson's with him today.
Volunteers with boys and girls clubs and works at local soup kitchens, among many, many other things. Her parents are Ken and Janine Gardner, and she has a brother, Kenny.
Congratulations.
She looks happy.
Yeah, she's very happy. She made a nice little speech, and there we see
they usually
the
do
lady
pretty
in
well.
waiting.
Lady in waiting is Kylie Cahill, sophomore at Montclair State, psychology major Craig, and actually a double major with teaching. She hopes to teach and become a child psychologist. Her parents are Patrick and Laura, and she has a younger sister by the name of Erin.
There we go. The Irish lady in waiting?
Yeah, I don't remember child psychologists when I was a kid. Do you, Craig?
No.
I probably could have used one.
Maybe.
Thanks for the support.
Nah, I'm sure you would.
We just have a little pause while we look at our Miss American Irish.
There we go. Now we have our first float, or one of our first floats. This is
She will be Miss American Irish next year.
I think this is last year's Miss American Irish, Jessica Jacko. I think that's who's on the back there. Certainly commemorating our Irish history.
Yep. And the float actually is our American Irish float. Alice Sinatra
Okay. There we go.
is the driving force behind that every year. And you can see there's the theme of this year's parade. We salute education and our educators.
Very nice. Good job.
They're followed by, she does a good job every year.
New Road School of Parlin, their school for students with special needs. And they're walking this year for one of their students who lives in Woodbridge. And they try to support all of their commitments. So thank you for coming to the New Road School. Great job. And over there in Parlin, which is
Not too far away.
Part of Sarah.
I'm not mistaken. This may be their first year with us, Craig. I don't.
I think it is.
recall
I think there's
that.
somebody from Woodbridge who's in the who
Brought
goes
him in?
to school there. So I'm told, and they're going to wear green skirts with their own school logo. They were proud of their dedicated service and programs. You know, we see some of the crowd, big crowd, as you can see, lined up along Main Street here. Main Street all cleared off. The town did a great job. Of course, is always getting it ready for the parade. All the snow and ice.
Nancy Egan was waving in our
Former president.
band there. She was a former Irish Lady of the Year.
Let's take a second to thank all of our sponsors. I may have already, Jim, but BCB Bank of Woodbridge and JFK Hospital, Berkeley College, the club at Woodbridge, Forge Jewelers U, Jim Durrick, you're a sponsor. Learning Center, Shannon Rose, who is the
A local Irish pub.
local Irish pub.
There's Castle Ray Brass and Reed Band from County Roscommon, Craig.
The rest common, and they are joined by Assemblyman Tom Giblet, who brings them over every year for St. Patrick's Day, and I guess they march at a number of parades.
And he was one of our past Grand
It was, yeah, exactly right. It's a big parade in Newark and in West Orange and this, district.
Let's have a little listen. And they're followed by the St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee in Newark. And there's Tom Giblin. That parade, I think, has been going on for about 100 years, Craig.
Yeah, it's a very long parade, one of the oldest and biggest in the state. So we welcome them, and we see some
And when I was a
people in there.
little kid, 7 or 8, I would march in that parade along with the Peter Smith School of Irish Dance. I had a promising career, Craig.
You did.
Then I realized
what
I was
happened?
the only boy in the class, and I bailed. I left. I could have been the next Lord of the Dance.
There you go. You could have been somebody. You could have been famous. You wouldn't be here though today.
I could have been a contender.
It's just my family just walked by. They're headed down to watch the parade. Saw us, and we were in the big window. And thank you to our hosts today.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. And there we see the Newark Band, or the Newark Parade Committee, and they will be followed by, I think, I see Mayor McCormick.
Yeah, by our
Get some hands
elected
on the
officials
signs.
will be coming up shortly.
Then there we see the Woodbridge.
Township Council.
We see John McCormick,
Our
of
popular
course.
mayor, Johnny Mac McCormick.
To his right, to his left, I should say, that's Assemblyman John Wisniewski,
Wisniewski.
Councilwoman Debbie Meehan to his right, and Jim Major from the 4th Ward. Behind him, Brian Small, Kyle Anderson in the middle with the Kennedy hat on. Jonathan Treebweiser.
Lisbeth Jimenez. Jonathan is with the Board of Education. Can't forget Rick Delina, Michelle Charmello, Jim Major. I think you mentioned Debbie Meehan,
Yeah.
Nancy Drum. This is our terrific group, our council and our mayor that
There's
really accomplished so
some of
much
the
here.
Board of Ed members: Brian Molnar, Brian Small, Jonathan Treebweiser, John Golden, Marie Anderson, Eileen Zulo, and Ezio Tamburello. Here we see Lisbeth with her daughter. She's the newest.
Freeholder Ron Rios, Craig,
There he is. And
taking a ride.
in front of him was Charlie Tamaro. Charlie had some surgery, and so he is.
And let's
able to
not
walk.
forget Jim Polos, our surrogate Kevin Hoagland, and our own Charlie Kenny.
There he is, freeholder. Oh, I saw him over there. Kenny Armwood was there. Freeholder Ken Armwood was with the elected officials. And here we see the Shannon Rose.
Here comes the Shannon Rose.
They are our sponsors of this first division.
And a statement on their
Yes, the
behalf.
second
Irish
division.
pubs have always been the social center for their communities, inspire while continuing the public house custom of high quality food, fun, and drink. Our chef-driven, scratch-made menu changes seasonally and incorporates different kinds of food. They have over 30 beers on tap, Craig, including domestic imports, Guinness, Harp. Can't decide? Come on over and make yourself at home at the Shannon Rose Irish Pub.
There we go. Doesn't look like they're giving out any free samples in the back.
Let's go to an interview with Brian Molnar.
All right, we are now joined by Parade Chairman Eddie McSherry. Eddie, congratulations on a fabulous job.
Thank you very much. It was a great committee, great organization to work for. A lot of time put in and a lot of help, you know.
Believe me, I know what you go through. The recreation department, we do the holiday parade, we do the veterans parade. So I know when you get a parade like that, the hard work that goes in, and you and the committee should be congratulated.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. The township will also, with their guys, I want to mention them, the American Irish, of course. All the kids are involved with the special needs schools, the hockey teams, the dance teams, a lot of recognition to the special needs children.
You know, you got a lot of groups you got to coordinate, bands, like you said, novelty groups and stuff like that. And then you got to battle Mother Nature. This always seems to be the Mother Nature parade where you get snow or you get rain. And we were talking to the mayor about, cleaning the parade route. So, like you said, a fabulous job by all.
Yeah, everybody did a great job. It was a great day and the weather held out. Thank you very much.
Well, congratulations again on a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now back to Jim and Craig.
And now we see coming into view the Legionnaires Marching Band. They're
leading the Division One, Craig.
They are. They're Carteret, sponsored by the Carteret American Legion Post 263.
Carteret.
Carteret. Members are veterans of World War II. Wow, so there's somebody been there for a while now. Korea and Vietnam. Their sons and daughters of veterans are also part of the group, and they're proud of that. The band's been in existence since 1961. Jim, you were little back then.
I was little.
And
I was actually 10.
You were? Okay. I was little. They have been at the American Legion. They've been American Legion State champions for over 20 years, and they've won numerous trophies. They're around the veterans and ethnic parades, such as St. Patrick's Day and the Norwegian Day Parade. And they've attended firemen's parades throughout the state, including going a pregame at Yankee Stadium. That had to be pretty cool. And they are the New Jersey State Firemen's Senior Band champion. In 2001, they played on the Battleship New Jersey, which was anchored in Camden for the 60th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. That's pretty darn cool, John.
That is
John,
cool.
Jim. Their band master is Danny Tornaby. Jim Latrobe is the color guard captain. Administrative assistant is Cindy King, and Harry Exon is their treasurer.
Good job, Bob. We gotta have some fun here, huh, Craig?
It is
You know what? In addition to the fact that people really enjoy a parade, particularly the St. Patrick's Day parade, people are just so closed in after this February.
They really are.
Right, they're just busting to get out.
There we see the American Legion Post 87 from Woodbridge.
They're right here, located right here on Berry Street, right around the corner, Craig. Daniel Dunn is their commander. Military veterans.
Yeah, they host. They'll have an open house today after the holiday parade.
Oh, yeah. I see some of them are carrying rifles. We always have some that decide to shoot them off.
That always scares the heck out of you if you're not expecting it.
I don't know if this is one of the groups. We're going to find out. I think it's usually the Civil War group.
Yeah, they did that before. Joe Vitale had his dog with him and scared the heck out of the poor dog. Here we see Post 87. You know, every year, too, they have a picnic, and they bring the veterans down from the veterans home in Menlo Park. Yep. It's always a nice event. Next up.
Port Reading Fire Company number 1, it should be, according to our list.
It is indeed. I see Lou Nardiello right up front. There he is, waving on cue. Way to go, Lou. They've been around since 1904. 110 years, 111 years. This is their 111th year. Brave men and women who, you know, they do a lot of things. It's not just fires. Certainly that's the main thing that they do and we rely on it for, but, you know, all kinds of emergencies and
Craig,
disasters.
I'm attorney for 2 fire districts. Extractions, when people's homes are flooded,
Right.
you know, during some of these horrible rainstorms, are there to bail them out. I mean, you're absolutely right. Here's the Colonia First Aid Squad.
There we go.
Coming into view.
They were been organized since 1951. Their leaders are Laura Higgins, and
There they are.
lead supervisor. Thank you, Laura. Thanks, everybody.
All right, we are now joined by Ken Gardner, who's the president of the American Irish Association. Ken, welcome.
Thank you so much, Brian. And first, we want to thank the American Irish Association, although we're most known for our parade. And we can't thank the people of Woodbridge enough for their great support, and certainly the mayor and the town for cleaning up Main Street and the parade route, getting rid of that snow. But our association does such a great job. They're out feeding the homeless at the Salvation Army shelter every month. We're active with the Tooling Around Town, the mayor's program, where we help those in need with repairs for their home. And we spend a lot of time at our veterans home in Menlo Park, play bingo with the veterans. We've a St. Patrick's Day party and a picnic for them. So the association does a lot all year, and our great members, we really appreciate all their work.
The American Irish Association is very, very active in our community, like you said. If somebody wanted to join, what do they have to do to join?
Well, thanks again, Brian, for pointing that out. We have a great website. It's AMERIRISH.com, so the abbreviation for American with Irish.com. We also have a Facebook page, and certainly we were easy enough to find, or our friend John Mitch can always find us through Town Hall. But please look us up. We would love to have you. We also have associate members who are not Irish, so all are welcome. And again, we thank the town and thank all of you for the work you do as well.
So a Hungarian like myself could join.
Growing up, chicken paprikash was my favorite dish. It's corned beef now, but I do have a Hungarian grandmother. So we'll take the Molnars happily.
Thank you very much. Once again, thank you for everything you do, your organization, and best of luck.
Thank you. Have a great day. Okay,
now back to Jim and Craig.
Here's Cub Scout Pack 148.
Okay.
This is Cub Scout Pack 148, as I previously mentioned. And there's a that's a great way to advertise to join Scouts now. I remember being a Cub Scout, a Boy Scout. I had a lot of fun. The only thing I didn't like was what they would do is up at Camp Coa every November, December, they would do the deep freeze. You camp out up there November or December in lean-tos. I was smart enough to always hook up with somebody that was an early riser. I'd pretend to be sleeping. He'd get the fire going. When I heard it crackling, I'd get up. True story, Craig.
Good thinking.
I
Yeah.
ain't raised no fool.
No, I'm not. Camping in December you have to be dedicated to do that. You have to really love it and enjoy it. And many people do, and I'm sure it's wonderful. No, it's not for me. Yeah, we
Well,
see some
you know
of the
what's
crowd.
you know it's nice, Craig, to still see so many kids and parents involved in things like scouting. We always talk about how our parade really puts on display all our many, many volunteers, people who work with kids,
Right.
people who volunteer for our fire companies, people, the EMTs, the first aid squads, all the little leagues,
Right.
Pop Warner leagues. It's a real credit to our community. I said that is quite a turnout.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you can see. There's, as I said, there's along the parade route. I was able to walk it. There's big crowds everywhere. Everybody was excited to get outside.
Yeah.
I think, and not have 50 layers on. Look at those little ones. With
That's Joy's Dance House.
there we go.
Thank you.
I hope they're warm. Joy's Dance House. They have 2 floats, one exceptional dance teams, their special needs group, and their baby dance team with another team. About 30 people will be in the parade today, and they're proud to be here. And we're proud to have them and happy to have them as well. Exceptional dance team is a special needs group. They perform at competitions and parades. They do walkathons and at Camp Pace, Rocking for Autism. I'm sorry, and they are a true inspiration to all of us. And I think that is very, very true, Jim. Sorry.
Don't worry about it, Bob.
I can't imagine one thing.
Their motto is believe in ability, not disability. And they are an inspiration to us all.
They want to know the special note on their notes to us. They give us notes sometimes. Grand Marshal Mr. Patton, we love you. Mr. Patton, of course, is Bob Patton, and he is the principal at Matthew Jago School, and they just do tremendous work there.
Oh, and he's a terrific man. And here's Pipes and Drums of Barnegat Bay. This is the third of our Pipes and Drum.
They are led by Amanda Cregan. She's the drum master. Frank Johnson is the pipe major. Jennifer Weingarten is the pipe sergeant. And John Grady is the drum sergeant.
Let's go to an interview with Brian Molnar.
All right, we are now joined by Councilman at Large Jimmy Carroll and 4th Ward Councilman Jim Major. And Jimmy, you were past Grand Marshal on this event.
Yeah, I was Grand Marshal in 2003. It's hard to believe that was 12 years ago. And it was a beautiful, beautiful day. You know what? When the sun comes out, right? Jim will tell you, when the sun comes out, it's got to be 20 degrees warmer. But it's a great crowd, very enthusiastic. Everybody's having a really great time. And a good friend of mine from Belmont, Danny Riley, just passed me. So I just want to wish everybody very, very safe and happy St. Patrick's Day.
And I will say that the St. Patrick's Parade, you do have a tradition of bringing back your Grand Marshals, and they all seem to come out.
Oh, absolutely. It's such an honor. You don't want to ever give it up. It's been, like I said, 12 years, and I still think I'm the Grand Marshal, no matter who the Grand Marshal is. But it's a great day, and again, we're very lucky. The weather actually turned out to be very, very nice, and I want to thank the Woodbridge Irish. They do a great job, and the town for all the help that they give them. So, Jim?
Great, thank you. Now, Jim Major?
Jimmy, you'll always be our Grand Marshal. I tell you, what a day the sun was out, and you're right. I had this coat on. When the sun came out, I felt like I was ready to take it off. So, great day for a parade. Thanks to all the people that came out and watched this, but most of all, thanks to the Woodbridge American Irish Association, Ed McSherry, the parade chairman, Dan Harris, the work that they did in organizing an event like this. It doesn't happen by accident, and they'll start planning tomorrow for next year. So they did a great job. The American Irish can't say enough about what they do around town. But it was a great event. I was happy to participate, loved it, enjoyed it, and we're going to keep on partying.
And we also thank the work on the council because you guys have a big part in this too. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, now back to Jim and Craig.
It's nice being in the windows. As people
Oh,
walk up and down the street, they
oh,
give us a
this is
big
great.
wave. We see some happy faces.
Yeah. And we're out of the breeze. Thank you, Lee. This should be the Woodbridge Warriors sled hockey.
Another outstanding organization that we have here in Woodbridge for youngsters with special needs.
Jimmy Carroll just stepped out of view, our perennial Grand Marshal.
I think we had a little change there. This is the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary. They'll have their 25-foot Defender class boat on their trailer, and they, of course, are led by Flotilla Commander John Everhart. Had the great privilege of working with John while he was the rec director in Woodbridge. Just a terrific guy. They're coordinating their efforts with the Warrior Special Hockey Team. Vice Commander is Sal Ruggiero, and George Riley is the Operations Director. They're part of Team Coast Guard, which assists the public in education. They perform less examinations. They clear the channel of marine environment and search, and they participate in search and rescue. They're busy guys.
No question about it.
And women.
Colonia Fire Department is next. One of Craig, how many fire departments do we have in town?
Well, there are 9 fire districts. This group was formed back in 1943. Their chief is William Stelmach.
It's an older fire truck that just passed out of view.
Yeah.
Followed by one of the newer ones. You know, these guys, they really take a lot of pride in what they do, Craig. And I had a situation where one of the fire members was deposed. I was just blown away by the extent of their knowledge, the scientific knowledge that they have in an approach to a fire.
Really?
Oh, I just, it's not a matter of dragging out the hoses and just
Squirting water on.
Oh no!
Well, they train and they drill and they go to school. I mean,
They know how to
fire school.
approach it.
There's a whole, and certainly today, this day and age, it becomes ever more challenging. See the Colonia Fire Department. They also work with the Colonia First Aid. Brian has a guest right now, Jim. Let's throw it to him. Brian.
Okay, we are now joined by 5th Ward Councilwoman Debbie Meehan and 1st Ward Councilwoman Nancy Drum. Ladies, welcome.
Hi, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Hi, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Did you guys have a good walk along the parade route?
It was one of the best ones ever. There's so many people out today, and it's kind of warm out here, so everybody had a little cabin fever, and it's just a great day. It's great.
Yeah, I noticed too, there's a lot more people. The roads were cleared impeccably by our DPW department. Thank you to them. The spirit was everywhere. People are happy. They're overjoyed, and probably one of the best St. Patrick's Day parade that I've been involved in.
And that's the theme this year, cabin fever. Everybody's getting out after this snowy winter. Well, on behalf of the American Irish and the parade committee, thank you, the council, for all your hard work with this. You guys supported the effort very well, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, now back to Jim and Craig.
Once again, let me thank our sponsors. Bank of Woodbridge, Berkeley College, JFK Medical Center, Learning Center, Shannon Rose, Local 456. Over 300 businesses and individuals who participated in an ad book. And there we see the giants of tailgating. That's a converted ambulance you see there on the picture. The owners are the Darlows, the Donovans, and 4 others, and the best. They have the best tailgate in Giants Stadium, Jim. They were on Good Morning America and Good Morning Tokyo.
You know, a little bit more about our Irish Lady of the Year that I hadn't really noticed before, Craig. She's past president of Don Bosco Columbiettes. She's been a member for 45 years.
Yes, that's Dion.
Dion. And in addition, with her fellow sister Columbiite, she donates backpacks to underprivileged kids and shoebox toiletries to the Metuchen Diocese. She also donates items to the annual baby shower and is currently their hospitality chair lady. Dee is one active woman, Craig.
She is. She
really is.
She's got a good spirit too. She was funny this morning at the flag raising. And we see the Woodbridge Township Ambulance and Rescue Service as they arrive by. Our man on the street, Brian Molnar, has a guest right now. Brian?
Okay, we are now joined by Dee Hahn, who is the Irish Woman of the Year. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a very great honor to have this upon myself, and my family is right behind me for everything that I've done. The parade was great. The dinner was great. There's nothing more, that I could say that it was everything. And I love going to the veterans. Love doing that where we go at least 3 times a year.
Tell us about your involvement in the organization.
The what?
Tell us about the involvement you have in the organization.
Oh, I like doing things with them, Like I said, I go to the veterans 3 times with them. We do the coin collection. I've done the feed the homeless. I'm trying to think of what else. I didn't think I did that much.
Yeah, that sounds like you do a lot. I don't think you have time to do anything else. Yeah. But once...
And I also belong to the Don Bosco Columbiettes in Port Reading. There, I was president there for 2 years, yeah.
Well, you sound like you're very busy.
But I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. It's very nice, yeah. So, yeah.
Once again, congratulations on a great honor.
Thank you. I hope I didn't blub up here.
That's Dee Hahn, Irish Woman of the Year. Now back to Jim and Craig.
And welcome back, everybody, as we look up Main Street and we see the 2nd Division sponsored by the club at Woodbridge. And first up, they're Richmond. Let's see. Well, that's a Marine group.
That's the Richmond. Yeah, that is the Marine group.
Let's see what happened there. I'd like to thank the CERT crew and everybody from the American Irish who worked so hard to put the bios together for all of the marching units. So we have them, and we see a Marine Color Guard there.
Now they're followed by the Richmond County Pipes and Drums. Pipe band, Craig.
There we go. Richmond County Pipe and Drum. I guess it speaks for themselves. Jim?
Pipe band, approximately 30, formed in 1897. They're hooked up with the Woodbridge Fire Department, it appears.
Ah, okay. So there we go.
Yep.
Woodbridge Fire Department, of course, one of the oldest town, maybe the oldest, I don't know, goes back to 1897. Brian Fee is their chief. They serve Woodbridge proper and C. Warren. They're also the largest of the fire departments, I believe. As we said, this is really a special time for the Irish. Throughout the state, there are parades throughout things have really developed into sort of a slot.
Oh, God.
So Belmar is the first Sunday. First Sunday of March. They did it in the snow last week. Ours is always the second.
Southampton is when, Craig?
Second Saturday.
Okay.
Or maybe the first. I don't know. It's always the day before Woodbridge. So if it's the second Saturday or if it's the first Saturday before the second Sunday, it's always. And they had to cancel yesterday in Southampton. Their sidewalks were not
Too icy?
clear. Man, icy on the side roads. That's a fun parade too.
A lot of people I know had some really bad slip and falls, Craig.
Yeah, it's been a tough year for them.
Very tough.
Lots of ice, lots of snow, lots of really cold weather.
Brian, our friend on the street, has another guest that he wants to interview. Brian, here's to you.
Okay, we are now joined by our Grand Marshal, Principal at School 28, Bob Patton. Mr. Patton, welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a wonderful day, and I'm so honored to be representing the educators of Woodbridge Township today.
Well, I see you had your School 28 community behind you.
We had a large community of kids, and they really had a wonderful day. It was really gratifying to see all the people that turned out today.
Now, was that the carnival train that came out?
No, that was actually the Irish American Club rented that train. No, but that was great because the kids loved Thomas the Train, so they really had a good time riding on it.
Tell us what this honor means to you.
It's it's just a wonderful honor personally, but foremost, I think it's an honor that for me to represent the educators of Woodbridge Township. We have so many good programs, wonderful things go on in the Woodbridge schools, thanks to the local government and the Board of Education. I think they've always tried to put kids first. They've always tried to bring kids up to their potential, and it's been an honor to work in the Woodbridge Township school system all these years.
Now, tell us a little bit about Camp PACE.
Well, it's actually called PACE now, and it's extended school year for children who have an extended school year in their IEPs. And the reason they have an extended school year is that we don't want them to regress during the summer. So PACE is a program that provides them with activities that maintain their skill levels, whether they be academic skills or life skills. And they work in centered-based activities to demonstrate that they've learned the skill, and more importantly, to make sure that they haven't regressed before they go back to school in September.
I know it's a fantastic program. It started when Matthew Jago was the principal over there at 28. You've continued to run the program.
Right. This will be my 25th summer in the program, and next summer the program will be 50 years old. And it's a credit to the Board of Ed, who's really made sure that this program has continued throughout the years, and it's only gotten better.
Well, thank you for everything you do. I know the kids were excited to be here, your faculty, staff, everybody that came out for you. So once again, congratulations on this honor.
Thank you so much.
Okay, this was our parade chairman, Mr. Bob Patton, principal at School 28. Now back to Jim and Craig.
And there we see some of the really large crowd, Jim.
Yeah, fancy green hats. And then we have our usual tossing out of the Tootsie Rolls or whatever the heck they're tossing out.
We see the Relay for Life folks going by. The event chair, the Relay for Life, is, of course, a wonderful event. This year it'll be held June 6th at the Woodbridge High School Stadium. People come together for a night to celebrate cancer survivors, remember lost ones, and raise money to fight cancer. You can register to participate at www.relayforlife.org/Woodbridge NJ.
Here's Investors Savings Bank.
One of the newer banks in town. Irene Conti is the marketing manager and the branch manager here in Woodbridge. They also have a float, which will be playing music, or so we are told. You see the Investors folks. They got the right color for this time of season.
It sure does.
Right? It is green.
That's close. It's close. It's not Kelly green.
It's not
close.
Kelly green. But it's green.
I got a fancy float coming up, Craig.
There we go. It's a big float.
Yeah, they promised that they'd be playing music, and indeed they are.
Indeed. There we see them. Throwing some candy. Kids are lined up. They're ready for it now. Along the parade route, you have some of the kids bring the bags you get from ShopRite or Wegmans, or
they're all set.
Oh yeah, they're ready. They got their little plastic bags, and they cannot wait. Jim, let's see who Brian has with him now.
Okay, we are now joined by Barbara Lasik, who's the vice president of the American Irish Association.
Hello, I'd like to welcome everybody. Hear that bang? What a great day. We have luck of the Irish with the weather today, and I have to congratulate all the floats so far. Everything looks so beautiful. It's a great day for the Irish and for Woodbridge.
Well, congratulations on a great parade. Tell us a little bit about your association.
Oh, right now I'm vice president, and what I really like to do is we go to the veterans, and I love going to Menlo Park, and they really appreciate all our hard work. We do a picnic in June for them. One thing that people don't realize in Woodbridge is that we give scholarships out to all the high schools in the area. So get your information in, and you can actually get a scholarship this year from Woodbridge American Irish.
Well, Barbara, thank you so much for all your hard work, putting on a great parade. The committee, the whole organization did a great job.
And so did Mayor McCormick and all the crew getting this Main Street ready so everybody can watch it. Thank you.
Now, somebody told me you were responsible for the weather today.
I wish. If I did, you know what? We wouldn't have any snow.
There you go. Well, Barbara, thank you so much for being here. Now back to Jim and Craig.
And I saw Ronald McDonald, and here he is. New McDonald's in town right now, right across from the high school.
What a location. If I had to open a franchise, a McDonald's, Craig, right across from the high school.
Yeah. Why didn't we think of that?
Well,
McDonald's restaurant, their mobile unit with Ronald McDonald up front. Ronald's home for has a home for ill children and their parents. That's a nice program.
on our screen now is the Island Volunteer Fire Company, Fire District 9. And I'm attorney for that group.
Oh, you are, so?
A lot of good people in that group. Carl Christensen, Ed Mullen. Ed Mullen Jr. was just the past chief. Kevin Wirtz, Terry Kennedy. A really terrific group of people.
Chief is Terry Kennedy, and the president is Kevin Wirtz. They go back to 1922.
Ex-Chief Ed Mullen was Grand Marshal of our parade 2013.
All the fire departments make enormous contributions to the community outside of all of the things that they do as part of their mission of being firefighters. And as we talked about them responding to emergencies. But, if you think of the good things that go on in the community, firemen or firefighters are part and parcel of that,
And firemen take a great deal of pride in their community involvement. The Island had its annual dinner dance, and
some happy Irish faces.
The generations. You have Ed Mullen, firefighter.
You're right.
Son of firefighter. Ed Mullen, who's about my age, his dad was police chief in Perth Amboy, and you see it going right down the line. Father and sons.
Exactly.
And there's some of our nice big crowd here today.
Well, I grew up in South Amboy, and my dad had been a firefighter. So when I got to be 18, I was in.
Yeah,
I was a volunteer fireman for a few years until I got to law school, and I was missing a lot of fires, and so I stepped back so others could move up. We see the Middlesex County Fire Marshal's office. Thanks for being here, folks. But it is a multi-generational.
It is. It really is.
There wasn't. It was like they were waiting for me. They expected me to join.
Yeah.
Because my dad had been and my grandfather had been as well.
Let's go to an interview with Brian Molnar.
All right, you walk the parade route, you never know who you're going to find. We have our co-parade chairman, Dan Harris, and Russell Inacosto.
Yep.
Dan, great job on the parade.
Thank you very much. And the credit really belongs to our chairman and McSherry and our very large St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee. The division of duties was completely separated. I was in charge of the post-parade party, but we have dozens of other very helpful volunteers. I want to give a big shout out, as Brian knows I do often, to our high school students who came out and participated, our volunteers with the Mayor's Advisory Committee who came out and volunteered, other high school students, other community members who volunteered. It's a total team effort and a large community effort, and I think that's why Russell came out as well, right? Right, Russ?
Right, absolutely. It's a great time today. All the fire trucks and the bagpipes, seeing all everybody get together is great.
Yeah.
Having a good time?
Oh, yeah.
And everybody got to know, and I'm sure everybody does know, that Dan is also on the Woodbridge Board of Ed.
Right.
So, this year the theme was special education.
Right.
And what a great pick by picking the principal over at 28, Mr. Bob Patton.
Right, yeah. Mr. Patton, 43 years in the district now. And what was great, the PTO got behind him as well, and they brought out many of the students, which I'm sure you saw earlier in the production here. What would you say, Brian? 100 kids maybe, and their parents. They're on a train. They walked. It was truly terrific, and I think I saw some faculty members as well. So really good stuff.
Yeah, I was joking around with Mr. Patton about the train because every year at the carnival that School 28 has that the PTO throws, they always have the train that goes around the back. So we saw the train. That's why I was joking around.
Okay.
Was that the carnival train?
Right. Yeah, that was truly special. And again, we had our high school football teams out here carrying the American and the Irish flag. All three of our high school bands were here. I saw a couple of our principals along the route. So it was Woodbridge Township School District also had a great presence and representation here in the parade. It was
All right.
really
Well,
great.
thank you, Russell. I don't want to keep you. Go back and enjoy your parade. And Dan, once again, fabulous job.
Thank you very much, Mr. Molnar.
Now back to Jim and Craig.
And there we see the DARE vehicle. Woodbridge Police Department and their senior and junior police academy. As we see, those are the juniors up front. Or maybe they're mixed.
Police senior and junior police academy.
Most of them look pretty young, man, to be part of the seniors.
Police director Bob Hubner.
Good guy. They're sponsored by the Light
Bridge Academy. Deputy Police Director is Joe Nitsky.
Let me see some of their vehicles. They do an extraordinary job. It's a wonderful police department. They get accredited nationally each every 5 years, I think it is. And here we see, my guess is that's Light Bridge Academy. It's a child care center, and they're marching with the police today.
DARE does a lot of good, the DARE program. Correct. Going around to the schools, educating kids about the dangers of drugs. The big thing now, I understand, is prescription drugs.
Colossal job. All right, well, let's just take 1 second to tell you about the Light Bridge Academy. They're owned by Guy and Julia Fazarano, who are both from Woodbridge. They started it, they built it into something special, and we thank them for being here.
All right, let's go to Brian out on the street. We understand that there's a lost dog out there. Brian?
Okay, we're now here in front of the old Chamber of Commerce building, where also as a public service, there were posters put around the town for a lost dog missing since December 31st, 2014 from Woodbridge. The dog's name is Blue. It's a gray and tan male Chihuahua miniature pincher mix. If anybody has any information, please call Judy at 908-338-6191. Once again, the dog answers to the name of Blue. So if anybody has any information on Blue, please call the number below, and we'll try to get Blue back to its owner. Thank you.
Now, the Woodbridge High School Marching Band.
See the flag bearers. Marching band was founded back in the 1920s. There'll be 70 marchers here today. Jason Cohn is the band director. Andrew Haywood is the assistant director. Jennifer Hardlock is the color guard advisor. Tom Hicks, the percussion instruction. And Mr. Glenn Lotman, of course, the principal, doing a fine job at Woodbridge High. As we see the Marching Barons from Woodbridge High School. Let's take a listen.
Terrific turnout from the second of our high schools that we've seen today, Craig.
New uniforms for Woodbridge, and they wanted us to know that symbolizes the band's growth over the years. The left side symbolizes a traditional band uniform, while the right side has the W representing innovation and township pride. The asymmetrical top is innovative and represents the band's looking towards the future.
And they really play all over. They've been at MetLife Stadium, High Point Solutions Stadium at Rutgers University, University of Connecticut, Westchester University, and the Magic Kingdom in Disney World.
They want us to know that they are Barons. Or as they would say, we are Barons.
A little tidbit, the principal there, Glenn Lotman, what a great guy. When he was playing rec basketball over at Colonia, I was his coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. And here we see the Woodbridge High School Spring Musical Group. Let's see what it's going to be this year. The show times are coming right up, starting on St. Patrick's Day itself at 4 o'clock, and then again on the 19th through the 21st at 7, and then the 22nd at 2 p.m. Tickets are $10 in advance, $12 at the door. You won't want to miss it. They always do great shows there.
Yeah, they really do, Craig. And you can't beat the price.
Bring It On is the name of the play.
Yeah, directors Tom Lynch, Kelly Tepfler.
Yeah.
To those of you who prepare these forms, help Craig and me, please. Print, type. We want to get your names right.
That's Bring It On. I guess goes back to 1956. And we see our neighbors and friends from just south of here in Perth Amboy, the great city of Perth Amboy. Their fire department coming into view. Sparky.
Sparky's here every year. Kids all get a kick out of Sparky.
Yes, they do.
One with the little carriage running after Sparky.
I was going to say here when the Perth Amboy Fire Department began, but I got to think it's a very old fire department, Jim. Perth Amboy has been around for a long time. It's wonderful history in the city of Perth.
Oh, yeah.
Down
Oh, my
to the
goodness.
waterfront. The last Royal Colonial Governor's Mansion still is there. Proprietary house.
Some beautiful old homes, Craig.
Oh, the waterfront is terrific.
I see that the person completing a form for the Perth Amboy Fire Department, and it's typed, thank you.
Ed Mullen,
who was honored as a volunteer in Island this year, and he's also on the fire department, paid fire department over there in Perth Amboy.
Next, we see the Middlesex County Special Operations Unit. Part of their search and rescue group.
The Office of Emergency Management. It's nice to know that they're at the ready, Craig.
It is.
They're not called upon a great deal, but thank God.
It's one of those groups you hope never gets called upon, right?
But they're here, and they're at the ready. They're based in Sayreville.
At the Fire Academy site.
John Ferguson is the county OEM coordinator. Larry Catano of the Emergency Services Bureau. The county OEM is mostly volunteers, Craig, and assists with large-scale emergencies.
Now we see coming into view as we head into Division 3, which is sponsored by Berkeley College. The
Trenton AOH Pipe Band.
And drums. And you should know about Berkeley College that it empowers students to achieve lifelong success in dynamic careers. Berkeley was established back in 1931, and the Woodbridge branch opened in 1982, and one of nine locations in New York and New Jersey. It's also accessible online, and the Stan Holland, who is the operations officer, has been awarded one of the 100 top 100 online degree programs in the United States by U.S. News and World Report.
Let's give a listen to the Trenton AOH Pipes and Drums. Craig? Colin Duffy is the pipe major. Sean Carter, drum major. Jim Duffy, band manager. Best band at Avenel Firehouse, their 100th anniversary parade. Best band, Burlington County St. Pat's Parade. Best band, Hamilton St. Pat's Parade.
Here we see the band from WCBS FM, but in front of them was the Knights of Columbus from Middlesex Council number 857. Robert Paul is the person to contact them. Let's see, they were formed back in 1904, so they're celebrating their 100th and 11th year.
Now we have the Valhalla Pirates. Now, I think these are the ones that like to stop and shoot off. And now they
on cue.
On cue.
And there they go.
On cue.
Little.
I just hope I don't see that cannon go.
Jack Wall from the American Irish is walking by with that heart attack. Here we see some swordsmanship. It's a small fleet of 10 members there. Stood out. Valhalla Pirates Entertainment Crew. Dr. Charlie Waldron, I think, is the captain. Their premier pirate entertainment.
Just don't shoot off that cannon, guys, please.
Living history group.
Yep.
We've now been running all YouTube.
Oh, here's the Central New Jersey Pink Heels out of Woodbridge. They're a nonprofit. Pink fire truck they have. And got a lot of other information here. But
welcome. Nice to see you.
It's
Thanks
a nice
for coming.
pink fire truck.
There we go. And there we see Berkeley College, the aforementioned Berkeley College. Great corporate citizen here in Woodbridge, right down near Main Street. They're awarded by, as we said, U.S. News and World Report, and 100 top online universities. The campus in Woodbridge specializes in healthcare degrees. So thank you for your sponsorship. It's the sponsors who.
Oh, Elmo. My granddaughters will be out of their mind with Elmo.
To the success. And next up, we see the Rampart. We're getting ahead of ourselves here. You see a costume character that looks like Scooby-Doo and one that looks sort of like Elmo.
It's definitely Elmo. My granddaughters would tell you.
I think Elmo may be like, copied.
Oh, no, that's Elmo.
There's a Rampart.
This is the Rampant Lion Pipe Band, and they're out of Bridgewater. An approximate number of participants today, 15. And they're actually dedicated to teaching bagpipes, drums, and proper dress. Drill and deportment. Maybe that's something we can do in our spare time.
Yeah.
I actually always thought it was pretty cool.
I think it is. And there we go. After this, maybe we'll go sign up. Their uniforms are Scottish military regimental jackets. Sam Brown belts are World War II vintage.
And in Greg Vern Fowler School of Dance. Boy, Vern Fowler's been around forever. If I'm not mistaken, your bride took lessons there. Am I right?
You are 100% correct. I met my wife at Vern Fowler School of Dance. Used to be in Metuchen, and my sister danced there as a little girl. Our mothers became and remained friends, and that was a very long.
Here you are today.
29 years ago, we got married this past February.
Hope Lawn Engine Company number 1, under the leadership of Jamie Nieves. And they just celebrated their 100th anniversary.
Yeah, they did. 100 years of serving the folks here in Woodbridge. And here we see the division headed up by you. Well, at least sponsored by you, James P. Dirk. Jim, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to tell you about him. He is a lifelong Woodbridge resident. He's an attorney with an office on Inman Avenue in Colonia. He now lives in Colonia. Grew up in Menlo Park Terrace. He's married to Kathy. They have 2 sons, Patrick, Michael. He has 2 sons. Kathy's son is Jack. They have 2 beautiful granddaughters. The apple of your eye.
Oh, yeah.
His maternal grandparents are both from a small town in Ireland called Borough. There you go.
County Cabinet,
too. Mom and dad are deceased, but his mom was a charter member of the American Irish Association, and she was a former Grand Marshal, as were you, my friend.
That's right.
So that's got to be a great honor.
It is. Let's listen into this next group, Craig. The Morris County Pipes and Drums. Police Pipes and Drums with Pipe Major Ray Feeney.
They are leading in the Ford's Fire Company. I grew up from the Fords. My guys. These are my guys. Chief is Gary Nevis this year. Thank you, Gary, for your service. My annual tradition. Howie Bauer is out there. See him, with Dennis Henry, one of the fire commissioners, also the director of public works, who does such a magnificent job of getting the town ready. We have any number of great guys. I know the guys at the Ford's Fire Company.
I'm sure you do.
When I was a Little League president at Ford's, if you needed them, they were there. They opened our facility. And at times like this, when you couldn't practice on the field, they'd let us come in and throw the ball around, and in the backyard. Their back parking lot. So they're great they're great neighbors. They're great guys. We'd hold registrations there, and just the stuff that they do at all the firehouses.
Yeah,
the stuff, all the ways that they're involved in the community and making it all better for us. And I sleep at night pretty soundly knowing that these guys are there if I need them.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mentioned earlier, and I'd like to mention again, Craig and I are sitting here enjoying the parade inside, thanks to El Ranchito restaurant. It's nice to be in here today with a little bit of wind. I assure you, if it was 5 degrees, we'd be even more thankful. They're located at 51 Main Street.
There we are. There's the outside of the restaurant. You see us in the lower left-hand corner.
We're waving to you.
There we are.
And they look like they have quite a menu here.
Unabashed self-promoters. There we are. How are you? There's Emil right there looking at us. Hi, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hoping you're having as much as fun as we are. Here comes the PT Cruiser Club. They've been around. They've been in this parade now for quite some time, since they were invented. I guess the group was organized back in 2000. They really took off when they first came out, and they do some wonderful decorating of their vehicles. As we see.
Yeah, they really do.
They really go all out here. They're the best mobile unit in the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Twice.
I think 8 times.
They support many charitable events, Craig, including the MS Walk, cancer benefits, and the Seabright Fire Department car show they attend.
John Abella is the director. John Lisk and Gary Reeves. Terry Napper.
Yeah, they really do quite a job with these cars, don't they?
Oh, they do. They must spend hours and hours. And then we see a convertible. Perfect day for that.
Whoops, we got a little gap coming up here.
There it is. So we see it's a great shot of Main Street, and you can see people along the right. But Jim, what do you think? We take a break.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Jim Dorick and Craig Coughlin celebrating St. Patrick's Day and the 42nd annual St. Patrick's Day Parade, sponsored by the American Irish.
Association of Woodbridge, Craig?
Association of Woodbridge, Craig. I didn't know my name was in. And we saw some old cars. Let's see who these folks are. There's some pretty old, cool cars. Car shows are very popular. We have them on Main Street throughout the summer. There's a big one there used to be a big one down at McDonald's is there in the parking lot by the old.
Yeah, they had a big one there, but you're right.
In the high school.
In the summer, I think it's every Wednesday, Craig. Boy, the turnout. And the people are really into their cars and checking out each other's cars.
Exactly. Yeah. Brings people out, stuff to do. There is a ton of stuff to do in Woodbridge in the summer. There's music all the time. I think pretty much every day now. There's
free concerts.
Yeah, free concerts.
Over by the high school. And then they have on Main Street, a little bit of a smaller venue.
And we see Scott's Towing is the carrier. And on top of that,
Cornucopia Band.
Is the Cornucopia Band.
Dixieland Jazz. Steve Badalamenti is the leader of the band.
They were voted the best jazz group of local
Uh-oh.
10.
Get the uh-oh
48.
spot. This is the 2nd Rhode Island Volunteer Group, and they are a military reenactment unit.
From Dunellen. They're loading up, getting ready to fire. Tell you, we every year there's a Civil War encampment that goes on at Parker Press right around the 4th of July to commemorate the Battle at Gettysburg. And I have been down there a couple times, Jim, and the amount of knowledge that the reenactors have is remarkable. And they never break character. It's really it's cool.
I'll tell you what, a friend of ours, now Superior Court Judge Jay Jorgensen,
yep,
he's a nationally recognized expert on the Battle of Gettysburg. Did you know that, Craig?
I do, and I've read some of his books. I read the Wheatfield, and so there was actually some...
And every spring he does a bike tour there. You stay at a B&B right on site. Kathy and I did it last year.
Oh, really?
It was fun.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be fun. There we see.
The Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War. Custer Camp. George Armstrong Custer. Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War.
A nice thing that
followed by, this looks like the
guys
Confederates
who came in second in that war. They are called the Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War, George Custer Camp, and then the I don't have the name for the Southern folks, but thank you for being here, and they're great guys. By the way, the Custer Camp has collected thousands of dollars for wounded veterans, and so they're proud of that, and so are we, and we want to share that with you. So thank you for that good work and for helping the lives of those brave men and women who get wounded. Donegal Rifles, I should say, our American Revolutionary War Rifleman Unit. They're a living history group. They reenact the periods of 1776 to 1783. They're Scotch-Irish of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. They're wearing regimental jackets for riflemen. This is how they would have worn to battle. And for example, in the Battle of Monmouth. And we see some military vehicles. We see the sun's out now, Jim.
Always nice. Here comes the Middlesex County Democratic Organization. At least the banner for them.
Kevin McCabe, chairman.
Our chair.
From right here in Woodbridge.
Vice Chair Beatrice Moskowitz.
Brian and Scotty carrying the banner. Brian on the right, Scotty on the left. Well, we got to get a lot of airtime. Yeah, let's
Where
see.
your Irish heritage?
My
ancestors from, Craig?
I think Cork.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever secured one of those maps that shows where the names came from.
Yeah, my wife Kathy, part of her family is from County Cork.
Next up, we see the Central Jersey Pipe and Drums. They are from Linden. Pipe major is Kevin Shackleton, and the drum sergeant is John Bender. I don't have a lot of family history on my phone. My dad died, as you know, I was like 4. He was 40, 42, I think. And his parents were dead when my mom married him back during the war. So there's the Mother Seton Regional High School from Clark.
Neighboring Clark. Seton Hall type of unit. Seton Hall Ambassadors Drill Team. Cheerleading Squad, Craig. Celebrating 52 years at an all-girls Catholic high school.
Located in Clark. And there we see our friends from Sterling, the Sterling Fire Department.
That's a bit of a distance, Greg.
Chief,
welcome.
Kevin
Glad
Phillips.
to see you.
Thanks for coming. They're bringing one of their engine and rescue trucks. They're from Long Hill Township, so they may get the distance award here in terms of fire companies, right? Thanks for coming. That was nice of them to make the trip.
Chief Kevin Phillips.
Maybe that's why he's Irish. Thanks, Chief. And again, let us say thank you to our sponsors, Shannon Rose, the club at Woodbridge, Berkeley College, our own Jim Durick, JFK Hospital, Learning Center, Forge Jewelers, who adds God Bless Charlie Shaughnessy, and Local 456, and the over 300 business and individuals who help pay for this event by their ad book.
Yep, we have every year. I think it gets thicker and thicker, Craig.
Here we see
nice big fat ad book, and everybody that took a full page, half page, whatever you did, thank you, because without your support, this parade ain't happening.
That's true. There's Burlew Mechanical, our friend from South Amboy. The owner is Brian Burlew. Thanks for coming, Brian.
This may be a good time to run down all the officers, board of directors, etc. with the American Irish Association, Craig. President Ken Gardner, Vice President Barbara Lasik, Recording Secretary Frank Darcy, Corresponding Secretary Dan Harris, Financial Secretary Barbara Thompson, Treasurer Cindy Jakovinish, Sergeant at Arms Ed McSherry, Board of Directors Sean Keaveney, Bill Donovan, Jack Wall, Joan Diaz, Joan Ward, Ken Egan, Legal Counsel, yours truly. And they have a lot of chairpersons for standing committees. St. Pat's Day Parade, Ed McSherry, Fall Getaway. They have a beautiful Fall Getaway every year up to the Irish Alps, as they call it, is Ken Egan, Finance, Bill Donovan, Good and Welfare, Joan Diaz, Scholastic Merit Award, Claire Malosha, Membership, Bill Donovan, Pancake Breakfast, Joan Ward and John Reitman, Feeding the Homeless, Maureen Juergens, Project Children, Dot Ashton, Veterans Memorial Home, Pat Sigler, Joan Diaz, Picnic, Sean Keaveney, St. Patrick's Day Cocktail Party Dance, Ken Gardner. Just by the names of the standing committees, you can see how active this club here is in town.
True, and now we have a treat for you. Star Essence Performing Arts, and they're going to have, as you can see now, some Irish step dancers. Their performing arts group that's located in the Clara Barton section of Edison. They're bringing the spirit of St. Patrick's Day today with their lively display of Irish dancing. You can see their students range from preschoolers to high schools, and they cross the dance spectrum: tap, ballet, jazz, and obviously a little step dancing. Kira Regan is the owner and a director, and she's been at Star Essence for over 21 years. She's proud of her Donegal roots.
She should be.
Indeed. Particularly.
One county I've never been to in Ireland, Craig. I've been to Ireland 3 times. I hear Donegal is just gorgeous, but just never got up there because it's in the upper northwest corner.
Right. Just south of Northern Ireland.
Yes. Over on the water, over on the Atlantic, and they still speak a lot of Gaelic up there.
Now, I have been there. And
you've been to Donegal?
I've been to Donegal. Here's what happened. We'll tell you that. I'll tell you the story after. Tish and I went to Ireland on our honeymoon, and we see the JFK Medical Center coming into view. One of our sponsors today. A nice float by them. JFK was founded back in 1967, during my lifetime.
They're an affiliate of JFK Health, 498-bed full-service acute care hospital, adjacent to the JFK Johnson Rehabilitative Institute. I know one of their awards is that their stroke care is one of the best in the state, Greg.
Top 5 in the entire country.
Yep.
They got a Gold Plus Award from the American Heart Association for their stroke care. So keep up the good work. 498 beds, full-time, a lot of beds, big hospital.
You know, this underwent some remodeling too.
Did for their children's, their pediatric emergency room. They have a fine rehabilitation center.
There's their ladies' auxiliary, Craig.
Avenel Post 7164. Thank you, ladies. Thanks for coming out. They support their veterans, and their president is Margaret Russo.
Post Commander Jerry Malone.
They support active duty military and veterans and their families. So Tish and I get to the airport, and we got a phone message. Now that's always a little frightening, right? 6 o'clock in the morning, you land at Shannon Airport. Well, it was the guy from the castle we were supposed to stay at to tell us that the pipes had burst. We got married in February, and that there had been a terrible freeze, and you won't be comfortable. You know, it's up to your ankles in water. Yeah, it's okay. So now it's 6 o'clock.
Freeze in Ireland is very unusual.
I got nowhere to go. So
auspicious beginning to your marriage, Craig.
The Irish Tourist Board jumped in. They found us a place. We ended up staying in Galway, and then we went up to Ryan, and we went to Donegal, and to Connemara. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Donegal's beautiful, though, huh?
It is. Sort of mountainous, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
And next up, Jim, take it away.
Pipes and drums of the blue and gold.
It's the New Jersey State
Police. Wait a minute.
Yes, it is.
I can't believe it, Craig.
Pipe Major is Detective Sergeant Joel Torella. And welcome. Let's take a listen. The sounds of the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
It is the pipes and drums of the blue and gold.
It is, indeed. They're wearing
State
blue.
Police, they wear blue and gold, Craig.
There we go. And we see some of the crowd moving around. Next up, our own Woodbridge Senior Billiards Club. We've already been around for over a decade. You know, founded back in 2003. Went fast for me. Anthony Falco is the club chairman for the St. Patty's Day Parade. Steve Sharkey is the president. They wear red club shirts, jackets, sweatshirts with American flags on their left sleeve to signify the club's membership and their love of country. There's over 100 members.
Craig, 100 plus members they have in this club.
It's a very big club.
Yeah.
There we see Crust.
I think Pat Trumpet is active in that, if I'm not mistaken, Craig.
Pat and Frank St. Marie, two fellas you may recognize, whose names you may recognize, ladies and gentlemen, who are integral to the Senior Olympics that we host here.
Very much so.
For the last, I don't know, what's it been, 6-7 years, I guess now. It's almost a permanent home of the New Jersey Senior Olympics. Things in September. It's a great event. Come on out. Seniors compete in any number of competitions. Next up, though, the Port Reading Troop 31 Boy Scouts. They meet on Tuesday nights at 7 at St. Anthony's if anybody's interested in joining. Come on by. Scoutmaster is Willie Jones. They've been around since 1957. Another one of those terrific organizations.
Raritan Bay Medical Center from Perth Amboy, one of our neighboring towns. Our announcer up at the staging area is proud to be an employee over at Raritan Bay, Craig.
Tom Henderson.
I don't get how people can do that on stilts.
Really? They're not that tall?
Look at that. Yeah, right.
I don't know. It's remarkable. I don't think I couldn't get up on it, let alone walking. And there we see.
All dressed in
Local 456, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. They're one of our sponsors today from New Brunswick. Thank you for coming. The IBEW. the outstanding union organizations. They're having a terrific, tremendous show of support.
Turnout. Yeah, they
Thank
really
you,
do,
Turnout,
Craig.
for struggling with. Hey, look at that St. Bernard. We'll see it in a minute.
The unions have meant so much over the years in our country, Craig. There was a time before unions where people would work on trains, stuff like that, lose an arm, lose a leg, and then you lost your job.
People take for granted the 5-day work week and overtime and things like that. It wasn't for unions, folks.
And now we have
our own blue and gold.
Our own blue and gold from Colonia High School.
In high school, Marching Patriots. Under the direction of Kevin Perdoni, the band director. Ben Barbado is the assistant director. Sarah Ben Kirk is the band staff, and Amanda Bolton is the band staff as well. The Marching Patriots are traveling to Florida this May. They've been selected to lead the Memorial Day Parade at Walt Disney World for the 5th time. That's got to be.
That's quite an honor.
Oh, yeah, that's quite an honor.
To actually lead the parade and to do it 5 times, Craig.
Exactly right. So congratulations to them, and congratulations, by the way, to the Colonia Patriots boys basketball team. They were the county champions this year. They beat St. Joe's in impressive form. St. Joe's had won 5 consecutive Middlesex County Conference championships. Had won 42 games consecutively in the Middlesex County Conference, and the Patriots just manhandled them. And
football team didn't win the championship, but they did pretty well too, Craig.
They went to the championship against Phillipsburg, and a very tough team, and lost a heartbreaking game.
Heartbreaker. Inside
the 5, I think, when the game ended. Inside the 5, and but just finish up. The boys team plays Tuesday for the sectional champion. If they win, they're the Group 3 North Jersey Section 2 state champions.
Here comes the St. James Wildcat cheerleaders, and Michelle Sandrick is cheer coordinator. The award-winning St. James Wildcat cheerleaders of Woodbridge encompasses girls from grades 1 through 8. They took first place at the St. Mary New Monmouth cheerleading competition, Craig.
Well, congratulations. And next up, the Avenel Fire Company number 1. They've been around since 1913. Their chief is Frank Boyle. The president is Chris Naroda.
Chief, you mentioned Frank Boyle.
And you're
a lot of terrific members of this group as well.
You say that about all your clients.
There. Darn right. It's a good group. This is another district that I happen to represent.
And the Avenel Fire Company is getting together with the St. Andrews Knights of Columbus for a comedy night on Saturday, April the 25th. The doors open at 7:30. I don't know what was it. $25 per person or $40 for a couple. Cash bar at the
109 Marcy Avenue in Avenel, Craig.
Okay, there we go. Some fine comedians: K.P. Burke, Ken Krantz, and featuring Chris Johnston. There we see the Avenel Fire Apparatus rolling down Main Street, 42nd Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade.
And the sun is out again, Craig. Looks like the wind has died down a little bit.
And the leprechaun is here.
Leprechaun on a bicycle.
Going
I guess
ever so
I think
slowly.
These people just crashed the parade. It's like streakers from years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
I think years ago, actually, we had one at the parade.
No.
Yes.
Yeah? Did they catch you?
I don't know if they did. He just, bolted right across Main Street in his birthday suit.
Well, you remember at the Oscars, David Niven was at that?
What's that?
David Niven was receiving an award. We see the International Martial Arts guy. David Niven was receiving an award at the Oscars, and a guy streaked the thing. And
yeah, I remember that.
It's remarkable how some people are so willing to show their shortcomings.
International Martial Arts. They're located right here in Woodbridge, and they were founded in 2001. And it looks like their master is Mohammed El Sheikh. I can't look at how little some of these kids are, Craig.
Usually they do a demonstration. We'll see. Nope, they're going right past the reviewing stand. So
Probably given some strict orders. Don't delay the parade.
That's true. Next up, the Avenel Colonia First Aid Squad. Yep.
President Anthony Kersey. Robert Snowfield, Department Chief. Anthony Cacchione is the captain. Celebrating its 70th anniversary this year, Craig.
They've received previous awards from the Mayor, Woodbridge Township Rec Department, and from the Office of the Governor. During their May 9th Avenel Community Day Parade and picnic at Avenel, they'll be starting at noon, and which will start at noon, I should say, by the Avenel Pharmacy there, and we'll march up Rawway Avenue to the park.
And you can get more details on their website, avenelems.org.
I think and the way it's spelled, folks, is just capital A in Avenel. So capital A, VENEL, capital E, capital M, capital S.org. Avenel Colonia, if you want to get involved and do something good, making a difference in your community, you can join them or any of the other really first responders we have here in Woodbridge. Everybody's looking for volunteers, and you can make a difference and be proud of the work that you do, right, Jim?
Oh, they really are looking for volunteers, Craig. I think over by the Avenel Firehouse, they've actually got a flashing neon sign, saying volunteers needed.
Exactly. And, you'll be making a difference in your community. You'll feel good about yourself. And you'll be saving some money for taxpayers, right? There we see Sparky from the Somerset Patriots. Representing, I should say, the Somerset Patriots. Somerset Patriots is a minor league baseball team, independent league, play at TD Bank Field in Bridgewater. It's a fun game to go to.
There's the banner for the learning experience.
The learning experience of Woodbridge is conveniently located right here on Rawway Avenue. They offer premier childcare to children ages 6 weeks to 5 years, and after school for children up to 8 years of age. The learning experience, it's not just a daycare facility, but a complete child development center, which is dynamic and fun and committed to quality care for young children. The Colonel D.B. Kelly, pipe and drums from South Amboy, New Jersey.
And that's where you grew up, my friend.
Yeah, I did indeed. Anne Marie Niddle is the band director.
Yeah,
terrific group and terrific guys. I know them.
Yeah.
This Friday night, I'm lucky enough to be honored at the
Friendly Sons of St. Patrick.
I'll be the Ironsman here, and they have volunteered to pipe me in.
And my friend, well deserved.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to your speech, your jokes.
Well, I better get working on that. I got a week.
No pressure, Craig.
No pressure. And this is, I think, the American Taekwondo Association. Their Taekwondo school right here in the Ford section of Woodbridge Township. Tony Orlando is the 4th degree black belt, and he is the leader.
Tony Onorato, Bob, not Tony Orlando.
I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Tony. I hope I don't get him mad at me. You do a little Taekwondo on me. They offer programs, though, from ages 3.5 to adult, and their vision is to give back to the Woodbridge community and beyond and spread love and compassion. All right, so he'll understand. Tony, I apologize. Black uniforms signify XMA. I'm not quite sure what that means, but white uniforms are transitional.
Here we got a little demonstration, Craig.
Traditional, I'm sorry. I gotta get my glasses fixed, dude.
That's fairly obvious. The parade organizers aren't really thrilled about that, Craig, I got to tell you.
The what? No.
Yeah, well, the short demonstration is one thing, but they don't like to see the parade delayed.
Well, that was a pretty short demonstration.
Yeah. Port Reading First Aid Squad. They were formed back in 1970 from one of the sections of Woodbridge, Port Reading, and the president is Jeff Golden.
Thank you for your service. And we see another one of the
Is that Tigger? A Tigger in a Taekwondo uniform?
a costume character that looks like Tigger. Yes.
Bank of Woodbridge, Craig.
Yeah, one of our sponsors.
Nice floats.
Terrific corporate citizen. Get involved.
But I put together a nice float.
They do. See, the folks who make up the Woodbridge, the Bank of Woodbridge, I should say, CBC. See, Amy, I know her. And they're involved in the community, by the way. If you go to events, if you go to Chamber of Commerce events, or you go to some of the other community events are on, you'll see the Bank of Woodbridge very well represented there.
You know, in a lot of the banks, and you know, you had mentioned previously that one of the sponsors was the Club at Woodbridge. The Club at Woodbridge seems to be at everything.
Right.
And very, very supportive of community activities.
Jeff and Ray Serpola have been.
Oh my God!
They're just top notch. You can't. There's nothing they say no to. The Senior Olympics comes, they turn over their facility for tennis and for racquetball and all sorts of events at no cost to the town. They're just great corporate citizens.
Cub Scout Pack 53, OLP Church, which is your church, Craig.
My kids were Cub Scouts in this pack.
James Leonardo is the Cub Master.
Good guy. Jim's youngest child, I think, is 25, but he is still dedicated
to
the organization. To see some happy faces. Yeah, this is my sons. I have 3 sons. The oldest, of course, is 25. That's how I know. He's played baseball with Jim's son before his little league.
They put together a nice float.
The youngest is 19, so we haven't been around for a while, but they still do. And there we see our friends from the city of South Amboy, the great city of South Amboy, their fire department.
125 years of volunteer service to the city of South Amboy.
Yeah, they've been.
Craig, that's pretty.
They have.
Pretty impressive.
Mike Geraltowski is the chief. And we have. We see
there's some smiling faces.
Yeah, there's some
hi kids.
Faces are waving.
You know you're on TV now, don't you?
Yeah. Little shamrocks on their face. We see, look at that. Some people in short sleeves.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess it feels pretty balmy after February. What a night.
You're in the sun and the wind isn't blowing. It's nice. Division number 6 is next up, and they are sponsored by Forge Jewelers. And they want to add, God bless Charlie Shaughnessy. That is so true. So Charlie's wife.
Charlie's best.
Late wife, yeah, he is. He was a character. He's a fun man. And, you know, the park named after him in Colonia.
That's right on
in recognition of all the work he did. You know, he started the Colonia cleanup.
Colonia cleanup, that's right. He was a big driving force. Charlie was a character, and he really had a heart of gold.
And we're going to stay south of the Raritan River as the Melrose Blackhawks Drum and Bugle Corps come into view. They've been around since 1979, and they are from Melrose, which is part of Saraville, right next to South Amboy. Colleen Kilcummins Norton is the drum major.
Sounds a little Irish to me.
And they've been around. I remember them being in parades from the time I was a little kid. Wait, they're
not
around.
The best color for St. Patrick's Day.
No, well.
You know, the older Irish, like my grandmother, she'd roll over at a grave.
Yeah.
Orange.
Yeah. Next up, Girl Scout Troop 80068. There's no way to say that fast. 868 and 868.
I don't know how you do that.
5 numbers. They've been around since 2010, and they've been visiting the Menlo Park Veterans Home to help cheer up our retired veterans. How wonderfully nice.
That's great, kids.
And their leaders.
And they are followed by, let's see, Girl Scouts
Woodbridge Troop. Oh, is that right? Is that the one we just did?
The next one we have in the book, let's see, there's a combined group, 80228, Brownies Jr., led by Nicole Androvich. The co-leader is Maureen Logan and Michelle Liska. And then 8053, Cadet, leader is Marissa and Shannon. And that is a Greater Woodbridge and Colonia troop of Brownies. And some of their friends and family. There we see 80530.
I wonder how they get to those numbers. That's a big number when you think about it.
I mean, 81,000.
I guess.
Or wait, 80. Well, I'm sorry, I was looking ahead at 8. The next troop up is Colonia Brownie Troop 81031, so 81,031. I guess. And there they are, coming into view right now. They're a sub-team teen scout unit. Been around since 2013. And Heather Shanklin Patuto is the leader. Thanks everybody for coming out. I think this is the last year, by the way, for Girl Scout cookies sold by the actual Girl Scouts. I think you can go online. Yes, I think I heard that.
You're going to be able to go online?
Yeah, but that defeats the purpose. Wild Bunch from the Rainforest Cafe. Thank you very much for coming, folks. Rainforest Cafe is part of the Menlo Park Mall in Edison.
They've been around for a while.
They have been around for a while. It's a fun place to take a youngster.
Fun place. There's a couple of happy Irish ladies that just passed out of view.
There's the next folks up. The Lawrence Harbor Fire Department. Lieutenant Ed Bacharach, I guess, Jr. is their leader. And we thank them for coming. Chief is Robert Foster. They've been around since 1924, serving the people of Lawrence Harbor, which is part of
South Amboy.
Old Bridge.
Old Bridge, strike. Swing and a miss, Craig.
Know your southern section, southern river.
Yeah, my mother grew up with her 8 siblings in Newark, and believe it or not, their destination spot, that was the Jersey Shore.
Right, there is.
Lawrence Harbor.
Lawrence Harbor, right.
That's where
exactly
they went,
right.
Lawrence Harbor.
There used to be a kind of a famous bar restaurant called Robert E. Lee.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That was
on
the bridge between
Under the
inlet.
bridge.
Yep, right, exactly right.
I remember that.
mgyro.com, where we see some well-dressed Irish folks, I guess from mgyro.com with big hats. We thank them for participating. Oh, here we go. They're on King George's Road in Fords. I'm sorry about that, folks. That's Magdalena and Adam Zawistowski. They're the owners. Gyro is a new small restaurant in Fords serving European-style gyros with all sorts of good, tasty things. They're happy to be part of the restaurant community here in Woodbridge, and we welcome them to the parade.
And we're under Mayor Mack and our administration, we're seeing quite a few new restaurants coming in, which is, Craig, that's terrific.
Yeah.
Really, really have. I want to mention before, I saw something interesting on a Facebook blurb. You were talking about Girl Scout cookies. And some enterprising 12-year-old Girl Scout out in San Francisco set up her table outside a marijuana dispensary. She sold like 200
Doritos?
200
cookies?
Yeah. Girl Scout cookies, 200 in an hour or something.
And I think this is our final pipe and drum band. It's the Somerset County Police Pipe and Drums from Neshannock Station. Been around.
Richard Allen is the president. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, good.
Richard Myers, drum major. Pipe major, Dennis Ryan. Pipe sergeant, Brian Hoey. Drum sergeant, Jason Hallenbeck.
They've been around since 1997, which doesn't seem that long ago, but was really a while. Before you know it, it'll be 20 years.
Well, look at this. People are starting to fold up their chairs.
And this will give us a chance to thank our extraordinary crew today. our camera folks. Oh, and there we see our parade marshals. And
Parade marshals, the unsung heroes.
They really are. They do.
They start at the beginning of the parade. There's Mary Alice Jacko, I see. They get everybody all lined up, get them in order to make sure that the parade starts off correctly and moves correctly. Thank you all so very much. You are the unsung heroes.
Right, exactly. And let's thank our crew, camera people today have been Abel Brandolfi, Bruno Martins, Steve Quetchin, Raj Sahowi, our graphics and audio director, Joe Fernandez, our technical director is Gina Forbes, and our director, of course, Lee Beckerman. Great job as always, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for doing that. As we see the Go Irish sign and the last vestiges of this 42nd annual St. Patrick's Day Parade come rolling down Main Street as we come to a close.
And from Craig, me, all the folks here at Channel 35, and on behalf of the Woodbridge American Irish Association, happy St. Patrick's Day. Have a good one.
There we see the CERT team. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next year. Happy St. Patrick's Day.